All right, I am recording. Hey, everybody, to the silver call. Oh, now I see you, Jen. This is Lisa Dureco. You cannot see me because I don't know why the video is not working, but I can see all your lovely faces, so that's okay. Hey, Allie just joined us too. So Tiffany, as we know, she's at an appointment with her daughter, so some prayers for them as they're trying to get some things straightened around. But I wanted to definitely connect with everybody and just touch base as we have some exciting months ahead of us. So Tiffany and I were chatting the other day, and we're super jazzed for the next 3 months just to see what's going to happen with all you powerhouse ladies. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey.
And we just wanted to I wanted to just talk and make sure everything kind of was in place, but then also see if you had any questions as you prepare for the next 3 months of our 90-day push that we're going to have. So the first thing that I'm just going to go over like a few things just to make sure they're all in place, and then we can talk about a few things after that. Okay, so we all know that the 14-day, I don't know what we call it, the 14-day, email, or the 14-day thing that from Angela and Eddie. They have you all been working on that? Working your way through that? And your qualifiers that are going to be qualifying you for gold, have they been working their way through that? Hopefully, yes. That's really, really important. Remember that the date for them to be able to do the 90-day push is everyone has to have that completed by April 27th, which is Friday. So you want your people and yourself to have that completed by April 27th in order to be able to do the 90-day push group that we are going to be having. So does anybody have any questions about that or working through that, or who do you know who all should be doing that with you? We did open it up for your entire teams to use, right? So anybody on your team can be using it, but it is, the people that you're going to be working with for your push is who you're really zeroing in on, okay? So it is open to your whole team. If you have a new builder, you can put them in, but like the people that you are going to be using to get to gold have to complete it, and you want them to be doing it. So any questions with that? Pretty clear? Okay. So how have you liked the training? Has it been good? Like pretty basic, but it's getting some more things, but important. I think it's really a great tool to plug people into to see if they're serious, and just make sure you're following up with the people as they are going through that. Okay, so that's the number one thing. Okay, I know I've met with all of my people, and I believe Tiffany has met with all of hers, just kind of going over your trees and looking at where your teams are, okay? Like the reality of like where your teams are and where you have builders that are going to be, that you're gonna be zeroing in on during this 90 days, and like where you don't have builders, like what you're personally gonna need to do, and kind of going through your trees and looking at where you need to do exceptions and move people around. If you have not done those or started those, you need to start them now, okay? Because it can take, our goal is by July for you to hit gold. So transfers and requests can take up to a couple months, okay? So if you have any questions about, upgrades or where things can be moved, make sure you talk to Tiffany or myself so we can help you kind of flush that out, because it's really important. It's not the most important thing, but a lot of you, as I understand, have things that you can do to move to make your team more compact and in the right place for gold, okay? Does anybody have any questions with that? I know, like I said, Tiffany met with most of you, and I think I've met with most of my people too. Okay. And also talking to your people that are your qualifiers and seeing like where they need to move. So this is like your whole entire tree, not just obviously, your exact people. You can be doing a lot of upgrades to move volume around too. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know that it just, the back office just uploaded all that stuff. I haven't done it yet, but is everything running smoothly on that, or is there any glitches that you know of or have heard of?
So it's all kind of like in beta phase right now. It is going through, but we're not able actually to see everything. and approve everything. I don't know. I mean, I just got back. And so I got one, I haven't put any through. I don't know if any of you have. I know Anna Maria on my team did, and I signed it, but I'm not really sure. So I can't answer.
Okay. Yeah, Lisa, it's not running smoothly. So I submitted 3 of them right when it started, and they're supposed to be getting an email. Everybody that's supposed to sign off on it is supposed to be getting an email, and that's not happening. So you guys, in the meantime, if you have people below you that are putting in exceptions, you need to just go into your back office on a regular basis and go into that tab and look at requests that need approval from you, and go ahead and approve them. I have no idea to tell like who has approved mine and who I'm waiting for. So you just kind of have to get in contact with those uplines that you're waiting, that you sent it. I'm just kind of waiting on 3 people, and I don't know if all 3 of them haven't signed or if just one of them haven't signed, but it's just kind of not working exactly how they anticipated at this time.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that feedback, Katie. Yes. So, okay, in terms of actually like being able to fill it out and all the fields there, like that is there, but the beta phase like doesn't have, like you can't even see like what the request is. You just see like the names, and then yeah, there's no way. So you definitely have to communicate with every single person on your own that's signing to make sure that they got it. And like I didn't know that Anna Maria had sent me one, but she told me. So I went to the back office under my team tab, and then I went to that sponsored changes, and then I went and I had to click on like, it was like on the left hand side there's like, I don't know, 4 different options or something. I had to click on one of those, and then it showed the exception. Okay, so you're going to have to do a lot of communication right now until they kind of work the kind of bugs out. But as far as like the request going through, like all the information is there. It's just that you're going to have to communicate the signatures.
Can I add one more thing to that, Lisa?
Yeah, sure.
The other little thing I just posted on whatever thread we were talking about this on, but if you are needing a signature from someone who's currently a wholesale customer, they don't have access to any form of doing that process in their back office.
Right.
So
either you have to upgrade or you have to do the DocuSign way.
Right.
Yep. So, and if they're a wholesale customer, you might want to just do like an upgrade and a move.
What would be, I mean, you could do that, but then you're kind of stuck, like you don't have the flexibility with moving them again at some point, right?
Yeah. I mean, true. No, you do, because you can always do a exception request later.
Right.
So, I mean,
I don't know how you get those approved so consistently, but that always seems like a harder road to take than waiting until the right time to move someone. But
right. I mean, you want to be smart about like where you're moving people, but if they're like a wholesale customer and they're going to do the business, yeah, you want to get them in the right spot. But a lot of my wholesale customers, like I'm just saying like, hey, I want to move you to a better side of my team. Can you do this? Because I'm trying to move the volume there. Right. And later on, if they do want to do the business, you can get the move. And I mean, I don't know how I get them all approved. I think I'm just doing it all, and I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody and try to make it all seamlessly. I don't know. I mean, I can, if anyone wants to have like individual talks on like on their, what they're trying to do, I can kind of talk to them. I think I kind of have an understanding of things, but what I'm always trying to look at is they are looking to see if it's like who it's hurting and who it's benefiting, And so I don't think I try to do anything that's hurting anybody. I always do things that's kind of more beneficial for everybody.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So just take a look at that. I mean, those are things that, you can, and you really kind of almost have to look at every little circle and square and like kind of analyze them, because that's really how you have to do it. So if you haven't gone through your tree, like circle by square, really do that and try to understand those things, because I think things pop up as you do that. Okay. So, moving forward, just talk to Tiffany or myself, if you need help on those things. All right. The third thing is your rank sheets. Have you printed out and filled out the gold rank sheet? If not, you need to do that. And I would really look at your March numbers, or obviously the end of April would be ideal too, because that's kind of accurate to where our business really stands, like without any kind of big promotion going on, right? So it's kind of like a reality of where our business is, not during like a BOGO month or like, October, November, December. So like for me, like I'm organically gold, you know, that's kind of where my business is, honestly. And so I can kind of see where the numbers are and where they need to go and where I need to really work. Okay. So it just gives you like a reality of where your business kind of is. And I think like end of March, end of April is pretty accurate for like where we are just numbers wise without like a lot of stuff going on. So make sure that you fill out that rank guide so you can see where the holes are, because honestly, that's where you're going to plan the next 3 months. Okay. So if you have someone that is already premiered, you are not going to be working with them as hard the next couple months, right? You are going to be working with where you need the holes in your business. So you want to fill out that rank guide, and then you want to do that with the people too, hopefully. If you have people that are pushing, some of you don't even have people in those premier spots that are doing the business. So you might be kind of filling that in or working on with that with them. But if you do have premieres, you want them to be filling out the guide to understand, okay? And what Tiffany and I really talked about is we want you, and I know she posted this, we want you running the next 3 months kind of like a mock diamond club, okay? Because basically when you do diamond club, you rank advance. And so for you really to get to this next level, silver to gold is a big push, guys, okay? It's hard. It's hard work, right? We all know this. And so you are going to have to be running your business like Diamond Club. And if you look at the qualifications for Diamond Club, the first month you have to have 10 enrollments on your team, the next month 18, the next month 18, the next month 18. That's a reality to kind of get your business to the next level. It also says to do three classes in your area and then 3 classes out of your area. Okay, so maybe you might think about doing some traveling and getting some places too, if it's a possibility. Okay, so granted, for Diamond Club, you know, you get reimbursed for that for the real one. So some of you that are thinking about doing that in the fall would be awesome. I know I have 3 or 4 people that are thinking about it, but just to kind of have that mindset of Diamond Club that you are going for 10 enrollments the first month and then 18 the next couple months, and then getting classes done, because many of you might not have people doing classes. You might be doing a lot of the classes, but that's kind of what it's going to take. I shouldn't say kind of. It is what's going to take to get you to the next level. And some of you are further along, closer to gold than others, so it kind of just depends. But really kind of being strategic and to where you want to do those classes. So like I said, if you have a leg that's kind of premier or above, you're not really going to have to put a lot of focus there, okay? You want to put the focus where you really need the volume. Does that make sense? So what do you think about that? Deep breaths, like excited or what? Like, how do you feel?
What was that, the Diamond Club, you said first month is 10 enrollments, second is 18, and then third is 18?
Yeah, so if like Tiffany posted in our group, like the actual qualifications for what Diamond Club would be like, and that's what you have to do in order to like make it to the next. So it's not 18 enrollments yourself, Katie, it's like 18 enrollments on your team. So anyone, you know, it can be comprised of like people on your team getting enrollments too.
Okay, that's helpful.
You might want to think about doing like little enrollment incentives like during the next 3 months. Like if you enroll, you get like a wild orange, or like you enroll and you get XYZ. So you might want to think about starting to do some of those things for your team. So maybe like the people that you're working with and pushing with, like, hey, I'm going to offer you an extra wild orange at your classes that you can offer if they enroll that night. Because that's the key of Diamond Club, is that they, you know, they are giving that extra oil. So maybe it's something that you have in like your stash. You know, maybe you have some product that you can just offer to your people that are building or at your own classes. And so you can start to think of that too, to kind of mimic Diamond Club. And people that go through Diamond Club, they just rank advance. You know, Tiffany and I were watching leadership, and like all the people that were diamonds or like in Diamond Club, you know, and so it's definitely like it's a game changer, because you're actually doing the activities of enrolling and having classes. It just happens, you know, organically that way. So that was really important, and we are going to do a call on Diamond Club probably in May. So just because we both did Diamond Club, and just kind of talk about it and what it's like and explain it and go through all of that. So if it's an interest for you moving forward in the fall, that we can get you ready to qualify if that's something that you want to do. Okay, so from that, what are we thinking? Questions, thoughts? Bueller, anyone? How are you doing with talking to your people that are going to be your qualifiers for goal? Like, how do you feel about the people that you're running with? Do you feel like you've got some people and then you are going to do some of the work, on your own? Like, where are you feeling at this point? Because that's key, and it's you have to kind of be honest with where your business is in terms of who you're going with and what you need to do to get there, whether it's going to be with people or whether it's going to be more of you doing it.
Yeah, I'll admit that it's kind of a struggle for me at this point to not to motivate and encourage certain people to come along with me in this and to trust that they're going to do the work that they're saying they like. There's a goal that they have, and yet they will also say, but I just got to do the work to get there. I'm like, yep. Yes, you
Right.
do. So, and I'm like, we're strategizing on ways to do that, but then there isn't really follow through on the 14-day skill up challenge. So yeah, it's kind of like you can offer what you're doing and paint a picture, give vision for why this would be a good thing, the same way that you're doing this for us, but bringing other people along is challenging. And so I have one leg where my gold qualifier just needs to stop relying on other people below her to keep her where she's at and do work. And she knows that, but she's not really doing the work of the skill up. And then on the other leg, we have some like enrollment things going on where I'm trying to get the person who could qualify me to be my enrollment. And we're just having pushback from the people who are in between her with them liking the benefits of having a big team under them. So,
Yes, that's not.
So I've talked to Tiffany
right.
about like who are my people, and it's just really hard to define who those people are right now. And I think that's the challenge with bringing people into the skill up training and walking people through it with me for the 90-day. So.
Right. Well, you hit on like the nail, like on a lot of head, like the nail on the head for a lot of things. I mean, that's not rare in any organization of where people like where they're at and what they're going to do. And I think what you have to do is have that honest conversation. Like, do you want this or do you not? And then if they don't, then you have to, go. Even so, you have to just kind of work with who wants to work and to grow. But I think that's hard when you want the enrollment. That's work. It's very tricky and you might not get that. So you have to figure out, because in all reality, they don't have to do that. So there's things that you can do in terms of trying to buy them out if they don't want to do it. You're trying to work. It's kind of interesting where you say, I'll give you XYZ if I can get this enrollment, or, I'll get your oils for so many months, different things that you can do and try to understand that. But in the reality, and it's in my situation too,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it. So I'm just working with another situation. And so by doing classes and by meeting more people, you'll find more. If you keep doing the activity and you keep doing the work, you're going to find more, and you just have to kind of trust that. So I know it's like a little block, but I think it's good to go through so you understand, okay, this is where it's at. This is my reality, and now I'm just going to move forward. And as far as motivating people, I think you kind of have to look at what their excuse is and then like have them tell you about that. So like, what, or do they really want it? Like, do you really want to grow? And if they say yes, asking them like, well then, okay, then what's holding you back from doing this 14-day plan? And then if they're like time, they'd be like, well, tell me about your time. Tell me the story. And I'm going to do this with some of you. Tell me about the story about time. And then they're going to kind of get into time. Maybe it's like, my husband's not supportive, or I'm running ragged, or, and then you can say like, talk to them about, get them to talk about why time is a problem for them, and then try to help them find that time and why it's important to make it happen.
Yeah.
And
I think time,
it's deeper.
Yeah, time is a big issue for people. And I'm actually going to be talking about that a little bit in my Builder Business Call, and time management, and actually saying yes to like hours of doTERRA work on your calendar and planning on it. And So I'm hoping that some of the people that I work with will be helped by that. And that goes for other builders too. You said something and now I can't remember. When, to me, like, I'm a very strategic and logical person. So to me, to have a conversation with somebody who's holding an enrollment and offering them to just stay where they're at and let me have the enrollment so I can better support this builder, it will grow their business for you. Like, it will help you have a better unilevel compensation if you'll give up this enrollment. Like, that seems so logical to me, but I think explaining that to someone who really has just disengaged from the business and all they care about is a paycheck is really hard. But that's the challenge.
It's a challenge in almost everybody's organization, so it's about the relationship, and you can ask them and you can have a conversation, but in the end it really is up to their decision. So you can offer some things, but a lot of people feel it's their enrollment, it's their entitlement, and so it's hard it's hard. It is hard. I mean, I've gone through a similar thing, and where it's worked and where it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
I think you have to come to a point where, like, all right, it's going to happen or it's not going to happen, move on, different plan, different pathway. So try to kind of get to a consensus where what's going to happen, like that final conversation. And then I just need to know this for my business and moving forward. Is it going to happen? Can we make it work or is it not? And then you have to kind of let it go and move on.
Yeah.
Which if it doesn't work out, something else is meant to happen and move on too. So it's okay. But it's better to know than just to harbor and hold on to that, because it's painful. It can be painful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still going to benefit your organization no matter what. But yeah, it's common. Just believe me, I was on this incentive. When I was in Nepal, we had several conversations, and it's on everybody's teams. So don't feel like it's just yours.
Thanks, Lee.
Yes.
And Heather, just to encourage you, I am going through the same exact thing with the builder. She now won't even talk to me.
Oh, response level is horrible.
It's almost like she now is doing things to spite me. So I don't know if I've done too much to where I may never get this enrollment that I am building her, leading her, supporting her 100%. We love each other, work well together. I mean, it would be a dream to have this girl. And so you're not alone. And I mean, that's what I've had to come to terms with, is this whole entire leg. It may not even matter,
Yeah.
and so I'm having to, Lisa, what you're saying, I'm having to decide, like, because she's almost basically a premier, or she's almost basically a premier. And so it would just be perfect for me going gold, but it's like, no, I'm probably not going to get that. So so it's hard too to know that I'm going to be putting new enrollments over this other person's leg, and it's accepting it.
And I would encourage
the whole
you.
entire thing sucks, but I have to accept it as part of the business. So.
It is totally part of the business, and I would encourage you. Yeah, you have to make that cut off and be like, I'm not growing there anymore. People have started over so many times. Okay, so it's not worth keep pouring into a leg that you don't have that vibe from. I just, being in it 4 years, as many of you have, it's just it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's going to be so much worth it to be with somebody else. It still benefits your organization, but yeah, it's I don't know when that communication drops off. I don't know, inside I want to say, like, you've got some feelings going on and some things that maybe you need to, just step aside from the whole business in general and just connect in a different way.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what that would be. And yeah, hey, I am really sorry if I overstep my boundaries, and I'm just really trying to, this is really important to me. I'm trying to make this work for my family, and I'm trying to make it beneficial for, like, all involved, and maybe something was, just to kind of have a different kind of conversation. This is the business, but I know it's hard. It's hard. But this is really important, guys, because this is like what's going to be your stepping stones to gold. Okay. You guys are like super crucial part in your business, and you don't want to keep building under something like that because it's going to lag on for a long time. So you kind of need to start making these decisions now. And not saying things couldn't change later, but kind of make those decisions now, like who you want to go with and who your people are, right? And you wanted to be at the end, just be like, I have, you girls are all going to be presidential, at some point, and you want to be like, these are my 6 powerful women friends that are doing this with me. Okay. Like, who are those people? You might not have them yet, but that's what you want, right? You want these 6 powerful women friends that you're going to go along with. And that's what your business is built upon. Not necessarily everything you're doing, but what they're doing. So, that's kind of more what you're looking for.
Can I add something? I wanted to mention an idea that I haven't heard you talk about yet, but something that's been in the back of my mind is that the whole 90-day push spans over the period that qualifies us for incentive trip. And so I know that on my team, I need to really create more of bonding with the people that you're working with. And I'm just trying to really motivate, and I think just talk about this incentive trip and talk about how, like, we're going for the 90-day push. We're going to be trying to hit rank advance, but how about in addition to that, we all go on this amazing trip here together. And so I just wanted to remind you guys to encourage that too. So it's not always just, the business side and the numbers, but like there's a lot of fun in it, and we're going to be bonding, and we're going to have a great time, and just trying to do more of that. So I wanted to share that as well.
I love that. Good idea. Very good. Do you all believe that you can get on that incentive trip?
I'm going on it. Who is going on this trip?
Yeah, let's all go. Yeah, that would be amazing. That's great. Yeah, and if you don't believe it yourself, then how are you going to make your people believe it? You have to believe that you have the ability to do that, okay? And you do. All of you are like super strong, powerful women. You are amazing. And yeah, you all do. You guys, if you can do it. I know you all can. And so we're really excited for the next 90 days just to see what happens. And it's going to be hard, okay? There's going to be some hard conversations, and we're going to be vulnerable, a little vulnerable with each other. And we're going to do some things out of our comfort zone too. But it's going to help us grow. And I think that's to move to the next level, we have to go. And like, I'm the same way. Like, I know I have a lot of things I need to work on too to get to the next level, to be a better leader. So hopefully we can do some of those conversations, over the next 90 days. And I think the team that we have here is like I said, so powerful, so many different gifts in all of you that we're going to really be able to encourage one another, but learn from one another and push for this together too. So I'm super excited.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you can tell us more on the specifics of the 90-day challenge? I didn't know if I missed anything.
I mean,
similar to what we're doing with the Skill Up Challenge, and we go on to a portal where we watch things and do things.
No, we're not. It's just a weekly call. And we are going to base it off of the needs of you. We are going to work basically through your gold planner. So just like you should be with your 90 days working through the people on the Premier Planner, okay? So we're gonna be using a lot of that stuff and some videos, but we'll also be in tune to like what you need. Because we want this to be duplicatable. We want you to be able to basically if you do a push again, you do the 14-day skill up, you do a weekly call. Now, whether you do that individually with your people or you do a group call, whatever, we're doing a group call. You have to figure that out, but we're using the Empowered Guides. So that's kind of the plan. So we'll be working through that. So that's why if you can, by the 27th, we're going to have our first call on the 29th, the first Sunday, April 29th at 8:30, I think we decided. And have your gold planner filled out for that day, okay? So if you haven't bought it, get it or print it off. And we're going to start rolling that way. And then, we will tailor the Sunday calls kind of based on need. But we don't have like a week by week thing planned out.
Okay, so there's not, so then I guess then like tasks that we're doing, the activities that we're doing is kind of be do, I guess what you said, like with the Diamond Club, we're kind of going to follow something like that.
Yeah, I mean, basically you're gonna, I mean, through that gold guide, you'll see what you need in
Yeah.
order to hit, I mean, it's numbers, right? So you're gonna plan that out and be like, okay, I need this much volume here. This is how many classes I have to have, and this is how many enrollments, but we want you to gauge like you're doing Diamond Club. 3 classes nearby, and if you can travel, 3 classes to people, leaders where you might need to travel. And that's obviously not you don't have to do that, but we want you to think about that. Excuse me. And then, yeah, the amount of enrollments, you literally need 18 enrollments. I mean, to get to the next level on your team.
Okay.
And those numbers, I mean, that's what's going to take.
I just want to be clear on this. I know this may sound like a silly question, but I'm taking my gold planner and am I giving it to my direct upline, or am I giving this to?
I'm not really giving it to anybody. I mean, you can share it with them, but it's more for you to do. And if it's just gonna be like a guide. I mean, if you're working with Kelly or something like that, you can do it, but this is just kind of with us.
Okay.
If you want to share it, but it's just really going through the practice and filling that out, but you want your people filling out the planner and working on that with you too.
Okay.
That's our plan. So like I said, we want to do like a weekly, it's more of like a check-in call. We might have some topics that we talk about, work through some blocks together, and things like that. But other than that, I saw some coaching done when I was in Nepal by a presidential diamond. I thought was really good, and she helped some people work through some blocks, and I was like, wow, the language that she used. So I'd like to try it on some people and work with you on it. But yeah, so that's, we're just doing, really what's going to take is the activity, right? It's going to take the activity, the classes. And what I posted the other day, you have to get your builders doing classes. Okay, so that is what's really going to move into action, and so that's what you kind of have to look at. Is that happening on your team? If it's not, then you just know that you're going to have to do a lot more work until you have those builders doing classes. That's the reality.
I saw that little comment, so where it's get your builders to do classes, and the first thing that popped in my head is, well, first I need to get my builders to actually have builders. Yay!
Yeah, but you can see how that gets you to gold. So that's what you need to work on. Do you have builders? Do you have builders underneath doing classes? If not, then yeah, that's something you need to work on. And some people might even say, like, I don't even have a builders builder. Okay, well, that's kind of where you're at too. And then if you don't have that you have to realize that if you want to get to the next level, it's going to be a lot of more work from you personally. So that's something you kind of have to look at too. But it is super attainable. It's super possible for all of you. And it's, I know it's going to happen for all of you too, but it's going to take work. It's fun work we like, right? So what you should be doing, if you haven't, is planning classes, okay? So setting up your May and your June. Call your people, set up your own classes, get your builders setting up classes. You guys should have a bunch planned already. If you don't for May, if your calendar in May is blank, then you need to get rolling on that, okay? So goal planner and then start setting up your May events, okay? By mid-month, you should have, May sort of planned out at least. And you can even go into June and July too. I'm an activator, so I'm going to make you get activated here, all right? No messing around. And that's truly what it is to get to the next level. It's doing the rainmaking events, and the rainmaking events are classes and enrollments and lit overviews, okay? So, and I know a lot of you are awesome at that too, and so it's you doing it and getting your people to do it. It's complex, but it's actually pretty simple in the same regards. And you know what I mean when I say that too. Okay, any other questions? I want you all to make that gold rollerball blend that I put up there. Get that blend going, and I want you putting it on every day. I want you to, if anyone has some really good affirmations for this crew, I would love you to put that up in the silver group too. whether it's I am gold. I want you to write I am gold on a sticky note, and I want you to put it on your mirror. I want you to start putting like Post-it notes everywhere of, you know, what you want for this, for your team, whether it's I want builders, 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 I have builders, but you know, whatever it is, start making some sticky notes and putting them up around where you can see them, okay? Because that's going to really help our mindset too. Yay! Just walk around with that. You can put one on your head, like, do you want essential oils?
What is the rollerball blend that you're talking about, Lisa? You said you posted it somewhere?
I think I posted it in this group. Was it a rollerball blend, or I think it was like some kind of diffuser blend or something?
Did anyone else see it?
I posted it a little bit ago. Let me see. Well, there's the I am enough. I did the I am enough ones, but there might be some other ones in there too for gold.
Okay.
Just look back at the Silvers Plus group.
All right.
You girls all have plans working with your people, so make sure you use something like this with them in a group or whatever to kind of get them on here it is, Go Gold Blend. It's 12 cedarwood, 5 wintergreen, which I love wintergreen even more now. 3 cypress, 3 holy chrism, 2 clary sage, 5 wild orange, 1 cassia, 3 fennel, 3 myrrh, 3 Douglas fir, 1 lemon. So make that, okay? And I want you to start applying that every day. Can't do it without our oils and our affirmations too, and each other. So I'm super excited for this group. Like I said, you guys are so amazing, and Tiffany is super lucky to be able to work with you. And it's going to be easy to work with you, ladies, because like you're already there, right? You guys are going to be so easy to work with. So think, you know, this is kind of what you want down the road too, you know, and who you're working with, and make that a clear vision for yourselves too. Alrighty. All right. So any other last questions before we hop off?
Yes, I have 2 questions for you, Lisa.
Yes.
And I'm asking these because I'm thinking other people might have these in the back of their mind. They're just advice. I know hearing from you, you got a lot of really good ideas. So questions. First one is, I have a builder who she wants to do the 90-day push, but recently she's had a lot of negative, it's just fears, I believe, built up about rejection. And so she's having a hard time wanting to teach classes in person. Thinks that she can take this over to the online world, but she's tried some of it, and we don't really see a lot of outcome. We don't see a lot of enrollments in volume. And I'm trying to figure out the correct wording to come across in the right way to kind of help encourage her and let her know, like, you've got to do classes. Like, this is what this is about. Without the classes, you're not going to get it done. And so do you have any advice as how to approach her on that without making a negative thing out of it?
I think, I mean, you kind of said it when you started, is like her fear is rejection. So I think you need to really work on that. And just saying, you know, did she actually tell you she's afraid of rejection, or did you just infer that?
She's told me that she kind of doesn't want to be annoying people, and she doesn't want to lose friends over this because she feels that she has approached several people and then she doesn't get responses from them. So she thinks they're all avoiding her.
Okay. This could get into a long conversation, but I think we can talk about some of these things too, because these are like legit things that people are worried about being salesy, rejection. But I think you have to, number one, get her past the mindset of like she's bothering people, but that she's serving and helping people, and really make sure that she understands that. Also, you need to tell, you know, like you said, like in order to do this business, it's a relationship business, so you have to meet people and talk to people and do classes and really help her try to understand how that's going to happen if she really wants that. I think you also need to understand what her goals are, like what does she want for this business, and try to really understand like what she wants to do and where her heart is, like why she wants this. And then you have to talk to her about her fear of rejection, like why are you, tell me the story of why. The language is like, tell me the story of why you're afraid to be rejected, or tell me why you're afraid to be rejected, and like kind of work through that with her.
Okay.
So I think
that's good advice. Thank you. My second question is, I have leg that is basically has somebody who's kind of holding a ghost leg spot for me, and my leg is kind of big, and I'm not really doing anything with it for the 90-day push. But I'm thinking about who can I replace this person with to lead this leg, and if I find the right person, then I'll be able to put them in this in time, and it will maybe encourage them because it's going to be at a right time to kind of move this along. Do you have any suggestions as far as approaching people? Because there's this one person I have in mind. She's a friend, and she likes the idea of it, but she's not quite sure. So I'm trying to think from my, like, okay, I'm trying to set this business up. Is there something that I should or shouldn't be doing in a way where I plug her in? Like,
Yep.
say,
Here's
it doesn't
my
work.
advice. Have a class.
Okay.
Have a class. See if she wants to have a class. Like, because I wouldn't put anybody into any spot that doesn't want to have like a class. You need to see if they're gonna have a class and people they're gonna bring in. So
You mean class?
yeah, she needs to have a class, and you need to see like if she brings people in and how serious she is.
Okay. Before even enroll, I don't even have her enrolled yet, but I've been getting her some stuff. So
Yep.
you say that. And then is there anything that you would say along the lines of something like, well, you know, I think you'd be really good for this. You can try it. Don't like it in so many months.
I would just basically say, like, I have this awesome opportunity on my team. I'm looking for women to, you know, that want to run this business and have dreams and hopes and, you know, goals of things. And, you know, when I think of someone like this, I really think of you. You know, we'll be talking about this too, because I think a lot of us are not, including myself, talking enough about the business. And it would be that something that would be interesting to you. Would you be open to this type of thing, you know, and see what she says. And then you could say, well, what I do first is we have an event and have a class. And you get an idea if she's bringing people, is she serious, and those type of things, and you can move from there. But I will not talk business with anyone anymore until they have a class and an event.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can't see if they're serious or not. People can like talk to you about their boundaries and their this and what they know about the oils forever, but like until they're doing activity and having a class and bringing people, it's not going to do anything.
Right. Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. That wasn't me. But. Any other questions? All right, ladies, we're gonna get ready to rock and roll. It's not gonna be a boring, lame summer for us. We're gonna hit it, and we're gonna keep rolling, and it's up to us. You know, we plan our schedule, we plan what we're gonna do, and super excited. Sorry you couldn't see me. I couldn't see you. I don't know what's going on, but it was good to see all your faces. And just know that by the 26th or 27th, we want everybody done with the 14-day that's going to be in the 9-day push. Our first call is going to be April 29th at 8:30, I believe, p.m. Have your gold planner completed by then. And I think that's it. If you have suggestions for things that you really want to, I'll post up there suggestions for the 90-day push of things you really want to work through. Tiffany and I can work that out too, and we'll do some things with that. Alrighty? All right, everyone. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Lise.
You're welcome. Bye.